Hello everybody, welcome to another Chelsea video. My name is Kemal AA, and in this video we'll talk about all the latest developments, the latest big stories surrounding Chelsea in this present moment in time in the past 24 hours. The Ben Chilwell situation and left back updates on how Ben Chilwell has requested to hand in a transfer request. Going to be speaking about also Timo Werner and his comments, him participating in first team training at Cobham. Exciting news alongside Frank Lampard and the first team. Gonna also be speaking about Oblak being the first choice and Declan Rice forcing the Chelsea move in this summer transfer window. But before I do get into all that, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification and comment down below your thoughts and views on each topic I do speak about. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, starting off with the left back update, the left back situation. We need to discuss the situation Ben Chilwell. Now, I've come to a point where we are now making a Chelsea transfers video for you guys, where I'm not speaking about Kai Havertz. I mean, the deal should get done. Things have quietened down regarding Kai Havertz. That deal should get completed within the next week to 10 days, so expect an announcement then. But also, what I want to say is tonight at 8 PM, I am going live on this channel, live streaming Q&A. Haven't done one for a long time, so hopefully any of you that new subscribers, make sure you stay tuned tonight, and yeah, it'll be good. But regarding the Ben Chilwell situation, it's broken by the Mirror Sport, of course, an English publication. They were stating that Ben Chilwell plans to tell Leicester City this week that he wants to quit them for Chelsea and will hand in a transfer request to force this move to Chelsea. Now, it came out in reports by various publications and journalists in the past few days that Leicester City were commanding £80 million, most notably by Matt Law, who obviously writes for the Telegraph, stating the Leicester are commanding around the region of £80 million. Of course, Chelsea will not want to pay anywhere near that valuation. They're looking at around £45 to £50 million, and that massive gap in valuation is causing that negotiation breakdown. Of course, Leicester, they did not qualify for the Champions League, meaning that Leicester City and Ben Chilwell is more inclined, has a higher incentive to leave Leicester City and of course pursue Champions League football and come to a top elite club like Chelsea, where we are currently under a project, moving to become one of the best clubs in Europe, becoming that elite stage. Ben Chilwell, he wants to move to Chelsea. He's made that very, very clear. He's made that evidently clear. He wants to work on the Frank Lampard, his idol. He wants to come to Chelsea. He wants to move to London, but personal terms were never a problem with this left-back situation. If the price was right, Ben Chilwell would have already been a Chelsea player at this moment in time. Personal terms were never an issue. It was just the price at this moment in time, and I don't see how this deal will currently materialise. Now, obviously, like I keep stressing in previous transfer videos, the only way I see this realistically possible to materialise is if Ben Chilwell forces the move, he hands in transfer requests, Leicester don't qualify for the Champions League, and Leicester are more reluctant and they're more easier to essentially lower their asking price for Chilwell, and then I could see a potential deal to be materialised. But apart from that, I don't see how Chelsea would do it. They're not going to be held to ransom like United did with Maguire. We can easily go to Ajax and pay £22.4 million for Tagliafico, so that literally makes 0 sense. And there's other left back alternatives in spending what, £80 million? Come on, man, ridiculous. And the thing with Ben Chilwell, he's literally a fraction. Tagliafico, literally a fraction of the price that Ben Chilwell is, so it makes 0 sense to splash around £70 to £80 million on Ben Chilwell. But the fact that, of course, he has handed transfer requests does make things more interesting. And of course, the Euros are coming up 2021. He wants to ensure that he's a starting left back for that, so playing for Chelsea, playing for his prestigious club in the Premier League. Of course, that is going to boost his chances of capping for England and playing in the Euros. Higher wages, moving to the best city in England, competing with Premier Leagues. It's a no-brainer why I'd want to move, but again, the price is a main problem, and we know that he is Frank Lampard's first choice. But like I said, I think Tagliafico is a more likely option because, of course, his Champions League experience, his pedigree, and the price range, him only being a fraction of the price that Benjamin Chilwell is. But moving on to the goalkeeper situation, which I kind of briefly touched upon yesterday, I want to be speaking about what Angelo Mangiante, the Italian journalist, reported, and he stated that Kepa, in his words, Kepa is in the past. Lampard wants a new goalkeeper for the next season. The best choice is Jan Oblak, but also he is the most expensive choice. His release clause being at £110 million. Onana would be the easy option at €30 million, as reported by Telegraph and the Dutch Telegraph from Ajax, reliable, Dutch journalists. But he is not the ideal one, which is I'll be touching upon in a second. And Nick Pope is also another good option for CFC. Those in his words. Now, regarding his credibility, he's relatively reliable. He's quite credible. He's got a lot of stuff right in the past, and so I would take him relatively seriously. Now, Kepa being in the past, that's not new news. That's nothing new. We know that Lampard doesn't trust Kepa anymore. Hence why Caballero's started quite a decent amount of the games this season, especially in our most recent game. And with Kepa having, performing very poorly, appalling performances, dreadful, subpar performances, and especially the fee that we splashed on him, it's highly likely that, of course, Lampard and the Chelsea hierarchy want to move on Kepa. But with him being on a long-term contract at £200,000 a week, us, splashing a world record fee on him, it's going to be very, very hard financially to offload him. And yes, Kepa is in the past, but Chelsea will need to sort out their priorities first. Kai Havertz will need to be, get done over the line. We're looking at centre backs and left backs before we can sort out the goalkeeper situation. Now, Oblak is interesting because Oblak, of course, we know is the first choice. It's Roman's dream. Roman wants Oblak. The Chelsea hierarchy want Oblak. Frank Lampard wants Oblak. My nan wants Oblak. You want Oblak. I want Oblak. Everyone wants Oblak. He's arguably the world's best keeper. However, it's the finances here. It's definitely the finances. We've already splashed nearly £80 million on Havertz. We've splashed about £90 million on both Ziyech and Werner. We want to sign a left back. We want to sign centre back. The only way I see this is if we raise a lot of funds and if Atletico are willing to negotiate. I don't see us spending the release clause because we're going to have to get rid of Kepa. Whether that's a permanent deal or a loan deal, we're still going to lose a lot of money on that. So we can't get rid of Kepa and you raise values and funds for that. Regarding Oblak, like I said, we'll splash another £110 million on Oblak. So the whole goalkeeping situation alone would cost Chelsea, astronomical amounts of money. We're talking near the £200 million mark in just one window, considering the amount of money we've already spent and that we're already looking to spend. I don't see how this is financially realistic. And of course, you've got the other factors of persuading Jan Oblak to leave. Would he want to come to Chelsea? Is he happy in Madrid? Blah, blah, blah. You got all these issues. That's what Onana is more of a realistic option, as Angelo Mangiante is saying, at €30 million. Good, affordable price. Champions League experience, done really good for Ajax. One of Ajax's best players in the last 2 years. Fantastic reflexes. Good shot stopper, only 24, so he's bound to improve and will obviously improve as time goes on. And he'd be a very, very good viable option. Just he's not on the Oblak level, as we know, but for the price and fee, it would make a lot of sense. But as Mangiante said, which is quite interesting, significant, is that he is not the ideal one, which may imply that he's not Lampard's first choice, and the board want to pursue other targets before potentially buying Onana. But again, personal terms for Onana wouldn't be a problem. He wants to move to London. He wants to come to Chelsea. It's just about if Chelsea really want to sign Onana. That is the main question. But that's on the goalkeeping situation. That's the goalkeeping update. Let's move on to Declan Rice. Now, reported by Duncan Castle's English journalist, and he was saying that Declan Rice has asked to join Chelsea. Now, he's had a tremendous season, I'm not going to lie. Since lockdown, he's really upped his performances. He's been crucial and pivotal to how West Ham has stayed up in the Premier League. He's been West Ham's best player. He is West Ham's best player. And, of course, we know Declan Rice did graduate from La Cobham. He was a Cobham graduate. Alongside Mason Mount, good mates of Mason Mount. He was there at Chelsea since the age of 8, and Chelsea released him because he wasn't deemed good enough, and has been terrific at West Ham. Now, West Ham want around £70 to £80 million. Chelsea and United, are two interested clubs in him, would pay nowhere near that figure for him. I would assume more about £40 to £50 million is probably a more fair price for him. But would West Ham let go of their biggest asset of their football club? I'm not too sure for that price. So definitely hold a fight to hold him and negotiate for a long time. But if Declan Rice forces to move and does hand in transfer request, it may force West Ham's hands, especially when they're in financial trouble. They've got an extremely high wage bill. They're in a lot of financial trouble, and moving on Declan Rice and get a lot of cash in would support their football club a lot. So I guess West Ham will be open for the move, especially if Declan Rice pushes for the move. And Declan Rice would love to come to Chelsea. He wants to come to Chelsea. Really good friends with Mason Mount, suits our system. Frank Lampard wants him. The Chelsea hierarchy want him, and he would suit our system. But again, it depends on the futures of Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, and of course, would he be signed as centre back? So we'll have to wait and see on the developments on that. But what are your thoughts, opinions? Would you take Declan Rice to Chelsea? If not, again, leave me as to your reasons to why you wouldn't. But getting into the final story, on to what Timo Werner, and of course his quotes. He had his first exclusive interview for Chelsea, and he trained with the first team, as you can see right now, popping up on your screen. And I repeat in quotes, getting all the details in the interview, he stated that Chelsea, Lampard was the main reason why I joined this football club. We talked about a lot of things like the system, how he wants me to play and how he sees me playing and how the system fits to me. He's a really nice guy who not only told me what he wants from me as a player, because he wants to help me as a guy also. He said it was a dream for me which came true because Chelsea is a very, very big club. I know of the players before when they won the Champions League with Drogba, Lampard, Cech. It is like a little dream for me. I want to be part of a new era. So very promising words, and the key point here is him saying that, Frank Lampard was one of the main reasons why he signed for Chelsea. To really emphasise Lampard's pull power, the pull power that he has. how, elite of a manager he can become, and obviously the style of play, the system, the attacking fluid football, position-based football, and how Timo Werner can be utilised in the system. And I think from what he was saying, I guess, yes, he's versatile, could play it on the wing, but I think that he would be more utilised and suited going up front. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this Chelsea transfer video for you guys? If you did, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, smash the like button, and comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below. And I will see you guys for my next video. Peace.